What's up you guys, welcome back to my channel, welcome back to another video. I'm sorry that it's been a while, but I have not been okay, hun. I had the most horrible cold flu virus for like the last 10 days and it completely wiped me out, and it was only yesterday and today that I started to feel well enough to just handle everyday life. So I'm back though, and I've got a good video. I asked you on my Instagram story, would this be good? Did you want to see it? And all of you luckily said yes. It's basically going to be a what's in my gym bag video. So I'm literally going to chat you through what's in my gym bag, why it's in there, my gym essentials, fitnessy favorites, all that type of video. So it's going to be good. So this is my gym bag itself. It is a little mini Gymshark backpack. It's got lots of little compartments on the front, the side, the zippy bit on the back. It's got a little compartment inside. It's just got loads of good little secret hiding places, which I like. Now, it's not the biggest bag, I'm gonna be honest and say it is quite a small gym bag, but it has helped me be really streamlined with what absolutely has to come with me and just prioritize only the essentials, because if I've got a really big bag, I'm just gonna fill the big bag. I'm not gonna be decisive about what needs to be coming with me. So yeah, love the size of this bag. It's small, it's cute, it's perfect. Before I actually go into the bag contents, I might just chat through a couple of little bits which don't come with me in the bag, but which have to come with me to the gym. They're always either on me or with me, but they just don't really go in the bag. First up, my Apple Watch. Now, I've had this for a while, and to be honest, I wear it every day, not just to the gym. I really love it. I've got one of the sporty kind of rubbery bands, so it's perfect to wear to the gym. It doesn't matter if it gets sweaty. It is really good. I don't use it to track like my calories or anything like that. I literally just use it to time my rest periods when I'm doing my big heavy compound lifts at the beginning of my session, and just like the length of my workout in general. I also use it for tracking my heart rate if I'm doing things like cardio, but yeah, just in general, love that, and always make sure that I've got it on my wrist. Next up, we have a barbell pad. If you have done hip thrusts without one of these, you'll know the pain that that causes. If you haven't, don't do it. I do not recommend. It is really painful to do heavy hip thrusts when you're not using a barbell pad. And to be honest, I know that gyms have these, and I know that there is always one there over by that section, but I just don't trust them. I don't like that everyone has used them. They usually smell really bad, and they're usually just really thin like rubber foam, which isn't that great. So I just splurged. I treated myself and I got a proper one from Amazon. It wasn't even that expensive. It was probably about £10 or something silly, and it's so worth it. It just lives in the boot of my car, so whenever I'm doing a leg day and I know I'm doing hip thrust, just take it with me. It's got like a little carry hoop there. It's just a good one. It's really solid and it really just protects my hip. This isn't really kind of like a fashion thing, it's just a real necessity. Next up, we have trainers. These are, I'm obsessed with these at the moment. I only have actually got these ones. These are new. I only got them about a week ago, but I have been the biggest fan of the Nike Metcons as a weight training shoe for, well, ever since I properly started training, to be honest, and my original pair lasted me all that time. I've only ever had one pair, and I thought, do you know what? It's time for an upgrade. It's time to upgrade. So that is what I've done. These are the Nike Metcon 5s. They are insane. They are so good, and have honestly changed the game for me with training and with form and all of that stuff. I know that it can be difficult when there are a lot of very nice, flattering, fashionable trainers, but I really truly believe that you should be wearing the right shoes for the right job. And as nice as it is to have cute shoes that match your outfit and are super fashionable, I think it is much cuter to be in the right shoes for what you're doing. So these are an absolute essential. It's definitely worth having a look at a couple of different ones, but Nike Metcons for me are They are seriously good. They have a flat, hard sole, which is great for stability. It's really good for squats and deadlifts and all of that stuff. It gives you that nice firm base, but they're also really dynamic. So the idea is that you can chop and change between different things, and you've just got the structure and support and the ability to do that. So 10 out of 10 would recommend those guys. Okay, moving into the bag itself. I'm just gonna dive in and just grab stuff and I'll just tell you what it is. Okay, first up, a water bottle. This sounds like a really boring one, but having a good quality water bottle is so worth it. I love these metal ones because they keep it really chilled. So if I fill it up at home with like icy cold water, it will be really nice and cold when I'm training, and I love having cold water. So I always have one of these with me, and it's also just great. You can fill it up anywhere. Okay, next up we have hair ties. I am forever breaking hair ties. It is a lot to get this tied up and back and under control, and the last thing that I need is a hair breakage in the middle of a session. So I always have backup hair tie scrunchies. I really love these in Busy Bobble ones, which are like rubbery and they don't make your hair like kink and they don't pull. But I'm also a big fan of a scrunchie, particularly if you're in like an outfit and it looks cute. So yeah, these always just live somewhere in my bag in case of a hairband breakage. Okay, I've talked about these a lot in the last couple of videos. I feel like all I've talked about is hip circles, booty bands, resistance bands, all of that stuff. These are always in my bag. They are hip circles, resistance bands, booty bands, whatever you want to call them. I use them for activation work at the beginning of my leg days. I did an entire video about why I use them, how they've changed my life and everything. But yeah, I always take these with me, and so I do my activation work, but I also use them within my leg days for things like adding them to hip thrusts and all of that stuff. I have got the BND ones, which I've had them for ages and I've got lots of different strengths, and then I've also got this one, which is my coach school one, which the lovely Lucy actually gifted and sent me, which I'm very grateful for, and it's got this really nice rubber on the inside. So this one is a very tough one. But yeah, I always carry like 2 different resistances with me, one mainly for warm-ups and one more for actual heavy hardcore work. I know that the rubber ones are cheaper, but they're just not worth your time. I've just not got time for rubber. Honestly, they snap, they roll up, they hurt, they pinch, they're not good. You will honestly see so much more benefit from a good quality fabric one, and I 10 out of 10 recommend these 2. So I would definitely get one of those. You can use them for so many things and they are so worth it. Okay, you might laugh at this one, but I always carry a snack with me. Not to have like in between sets. I feel like if I saw somebody tucking into something in between a set, I would think, are you okay, hun? What's going on here? But I always carry a snack. Not just to the gym, to be fair, just in general. I feel like I would never go anywhere without a snack. The main reason I pack it in my gym bag, it is just a protein bar. It's just the easiest thing to take with me, and it doesn't matter if I eat it that day, the next day, it's quite okay with being left in my bag. The reason why I take one with me is because you just never know what is going to happen after the gym. There might be traffic, you might have to stop somewhere, and you just might be hungry. I get hungry really quickly after I've trained, and I usually end up having a snack before I then have whatever meal it is, whether it's breakfast or lunch or dinner. Just something to keep me going if I need it on the drive home or if I have to stop. I just think you can never go wrong if you bring a snack. Next we have chalk. So I just use dry chalk. That is the only like assistance thing that I use. I don't use straps or a belt or anything like that. Just personally, I don't really find that they work for me, in terms of I always used to forget them and I never really massively got on with them. But that doesn't mean that they're not good for you, and loads of people have amazing experiences with them. I've just always just gone in without them and felt great, so I just don't. The only thing I do use, like I said, is this dry chalk, and I just use it for things, my hands get quite clammy a bit sweaty when I'm training. And if you're then doing stuff like a deadlift or a rack pull or kind of a barbell row or things like that with the bar, it can just help you get some grip back if your hands are kind of like struggling a little bit. Next, a mini deodorant can. Now, I don't shower and change at the gym. I always am coming home, so I always come home and do a proper nice at home shower, get ready situation. But this, you never know when you're gonna need it, and you never know how bad you might smell. So I always just take this little travel size one with me and just give myself a little spray if we're feeling like the situation is bad and we need it. So definitely have one of these with me. Just smells a little bit nice, maybe just tides you over until you get home. Okay, I know I slated rubber resistance bands, but this one is different. This is a really, really long band. I don't take this with me every day. I only take it with me if I am doing upper body work, the same way I would only take my kind of hip circles if I was doing a lower body day. But basically I use it to warm up my shoulders, so you can do stuff where you're pulling it apart to get your shoulders and your arms warm at the beginning of my session. But I also use it to help assisting with things like chin-ups. You can loop it around the top of the bar and then pop your knees through it. You can get different strengths which make things easier or harder, all of that stuff. But yeah, just one of these, a longer band I take with me, particularly if I know I'm doing chin-ups or something like that. Okay, next up we have headphones. These are the Apple AirPods. These little guys are incredible. I cannot do a good session without a banging playlist. I need some like Beyonce in my ears, some Taylor Swift, like something that's gonna just make me feel like a badass. That's what I need. So I always have headphones with me. I love these little AirPods. They are so easy. They're so tiny. They're so cool. They don't make me hot or sweaty. I used to wear like over the ear ones, which I know look really cool, but it just made me sweat, made me hot. So these are perfect. They charge in this little case. I love them. They are really easy to lose. I'm not gonna lie, I've lost these a few times, but they are really, really good. So yes, I feel like that's it. I don't think there's anything else in here. The only other thing that I think it would be maybe good to say is I do always track my weights. So I always make sure that I am basically recording what I'm lifting and how much I'm lifting and all of that stuff, particularly on the main compound lifts. So my hip thrusts, my squats, my sumo deadlifts, all of that stuff. I don't personally take a notebook because I just feel like it's a faff and it's like another thing to carry. I really like using Google Sheets, which is just a Google app you can get on your phone. It's just a spreadsheet and it literally just has all of the weights that I've recorded, everything on there, and it's just a great way for me to like keep track of stuff. I can open it when I get into the gym and I can see what I lifted last week, and obviously I'm trying to progressively overload that, so I'd be trying to either squeeze out an extra rep at the same weight or bump it up a tiny bit. It's just a great way of keeping track of things without actually having to take another thing with you, because I get that that can be a bit annoying and a bit of a barrier. Right guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please do make sure you hit like and subscribe if you did, because it helps support my channel, and come and say hey on Instagram because I share stuff there every single day. And as always, any requests for the next video, hit me up below. I read and reply to all of your comments and appreciate them all. So yeah, that's it. I'll catch you in the next one.